Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome in or welcome back. Welcome to the office. Many spaces that I call the office, but Gaia is a big office. Manifesting and continuing to manifest that when I create, when I produce, when I offer offerings, containers, whatever it is moving forward, it will be probably in nature more than not. Not to say that being in a space and in a physical space, a building, will not happen at some point, but I really feel moving forward that whatever I offer, whatever I continue to create, it's going to be in creation with Gaia, bringing in the codes and the frequencies of the sun, of nature, of the elements, of all of it, okay? So we've got the squirrels, we've got the ants, we've got the beetles, we've got the sun, we've got the trees, we've got the grass, we've got the air conditioner running because it's pretty sticky right now. It's going to be about 94, 97 with a high humidity index. How is everyone doing? How are you doing? We have received many blasts. I was just listening to a transmission this morning and on the solar flares that we received, like, I think 3 days of really intense over the weekend, a really intense solar blast and flashes and flares, and you're probably noticing that things are getting stirred up if they haven't already. We received these last year. So everything that, you know, depending on where you're at in your journey, everything that was shaken loose for me personally and my partner was last year. Not to say that things aren't still being brought up, but last year was the big movement of the sediment, the deep sediment that needed to be brought to the surface, to be examined, to be cleansed, to be cleared. A lot of crying. I had some crying on Sunday to, again, release. And so you just might be feeling a lot of different symptoms. Everyone's symptoms are going to be different. Sometimes you might be really high. Sometimes you might be just kind of neutral. I think I shared this yesterday where I was just kind of in this neutral in-between state. Like, my physical body is here, but my multidimensional body, my soul is kind of off, still doing things in the waking state. More so definitely when my physical avatar is resting, sleeping, my soul is off doing work in the higher realms. And I was just so exhausted and fatigued. It's like I just felt like it's one of those days where it's just so heavy, where you feel like you just barely can get through your day, and that's fine. Allow for that, okay? Allow for that. It will pass, okay? It will pass, okay? I was in bed at 7 o'clock last night. The kiddo says, I'm going to go do quiet time. I'm like, perfect. I'm going to bed. And I fell asleep. I thought I was going to listen to some music or watch some videos, and I literally just shut my phone off and fell asleep. Woke up 2.5 hours later. He had already put himself to bed and slept. I was in bed almost 12 hours. So it's like my soul, my physical avatar and my soul, like, I need 10 to 12 hours of sleep, 9 to 12 hours of sleep, depending on what's going on. Because I think if you're not aware, the reason why you're reborn every day is because your soul leaves your body every day. If you didn't, after like 2 or 3 days, you know what happens to the physical avatar. I didn't know this is what we were talking about. I thought we had another message coming in. We'll do that in another one, I guess. It's basically you are reborn every morning, just like the sun, reborn every morning. It's basically, if your soul tried to inhabit your physical avatar, it would burn out. So the more light you hold, because of you've been clearing, which is what you want to do, you want to be able to hold more light, pull more of your soul aspects into this physical reality, into this physical avatar, into this field. You have to get, some people need more rest, some people don't. I've always needed more rest. Maybe that'll change moving forward, because when I channel and I tap into the field, I feel energized. It actually helps wake me up a little bit more. But then I go back to experiencing the human fatigue and tiredness of everything that everyone else is experiencing in your own unique way. So again, in bed 12 hours, very heavy fatigue. A little better today, less spacey right now, but things change minute by minute, hour by hour. And so each present moment is going to be different for everybody. All right. Everybody is feeling things differently. So make sure you ground. That's going to be super important. Hydration with minerals, whether that's salt, mineral drops, lots of juicy fruits are going to be really beneficial if you are able to. I try not to tell people anymore how to eat, but your body's probably telling you less meat, less heavy, dense foods, less hard to digest foods, probably like fruit juices, smoothies, really light, easy to digest Fruits, vegetables might be even challenging. Like I had a salad, which was great, but it was really hard for me to digest because greens take a lot longer to digest. Maybe lighter forms of protein sources, whether that's dairy products or fish, less animal flesh, like meat and chickens and things like that. So you're probably just being called more and more just to change that. And what's going to happen, and if you don't, you're going to get really uncomfortable. You're going to have a lot of gut pains, fatigue, because your body just is wasting energy to process and digest these foods. And I've known this for years, coming from the health and wellness. If you want to have energy, you don't want to eat a heavy meal and then go try and work out. It's just not. You want to have calories, but you want to have something that you can digest and absorb and utilize in the system really quickly. Okay, so the same thing is probably happening now. We're receiving more light codes. Eventually, the human race is going to be more nourishment from prana. So I get a lot of prana energy, sun energy, breatharianism. That's a thing. I've known that for years, and some people have moved into that state. So it's basically learning to honor your physical avatar in each moment, each hour, each day, because it's going to change. It's going to, like, some days you might need a little bit more dense foods to ground. Some days you might need lighter foods to help whatever's being purged and cleansed out to move through with ease and grace. So if you're purging and detoxing, however that's looking for you, you eat heavy, dense foods, your body's utilizing more energy to process this heavy, dense meal versus using the energy to cleanse and clear and to purify the cells, the mitochondria, the DNA, the bones, the blood, the tissue, whatever it is, okay? So I didn't know Source was going here for this particular video, as I never do. So remember, I got a question to ask you. Are you going to continue to be the victim of your story, or are you going to be the hero, the superhero of your story? So I heard this morning, and I heard it. It downloaded. I heard it. So are you going to be the hero, the superhero of your own story, or are you going to continue to be the victim mentality of all of it? I don't care what you're attaching the victim mentality to, your circumstances, the chaos that's happening, whatever it is. What do you choose? Because it's a choice in every now present moment. And remember, when you feed your faith, that faith of a mustard seed, we know how big a mustard seed is. When you continue to feed the faith of your mustard seed, you starve out doubt, you starve out fear, and that all disappears. You starve it out. So feed your faith, whatever that is for you. Tap into your source within, because all of the answers are here in the 0 point. All your answers are here, not outside of you. They're here. All right, so continue to feed that, and you will starve out the doubt, the fear. They will have no place to exist anymore, okay? So we'll leave it at that. 808 is going to be significant, 888, and we're going to roll up on 808. I'm going to leave this message here, and I will move on to the next one. So if you want, hang out, play, create, co-create, and check out the next one. I'll see you soon. Bye.